In the framework of the 75th session of the United Nations General Assembly, Brazil's Agora of the Earth and Inhabitants and the Humanist Movement launched a campaign for the universalization of the right to a COVID-19 vaccine. From Sao Paulo, our correspondent brings us more details about it.
Pharmaceutical corporations are already pre-selling COVID-19 vaccine batches to the world's richest countries, even though they are home to only 13% of the world's population.
They live a little from epidemics, as it is a movement of great gain. Of course, with patented medicines that also, in the current situation, force governments in some cases to buy. In other cases, they cannot even purchase them, and people cannot access them because of the price. But that is also a public expense, although people might get them at a lower cost when they ever get them.
Speculation on the fate of vaccines runs against the orders of the World Health Organization. The proportion of people who need to be immunized against the pathogen for the total population to be protected is 65% to 70%. Pharmaceutical companies seem to ignore the recommendations.
Science product better living conditions, but there is no neutrality. There are not just philanthropic people thinking about the good of humanity. Every announcement that the vaccine will be available in October, in January, in December means that the stock market value is exploding.
The Brazilian government has already indicated that not everyone will get a vaccine.
If they do not get the vaccine, no one can force anyone to be vaccinated.
The Agora of the Earth Inhabitants movement, linked with diverse nuclei working for a global citizenship for the common good, has launched a campaign for the universal right to health.
The United Nations should declare all on any vaccine against COVID-19 as a common good of humanity. Life is priceless. If life is priceless, it cannot be commercialized. A vaccine that will save us from virus that is deadly and has caused a pandemic cannot be commercialized.
This initiative is opposed to the appropriation of scientific discoveries on living organisms by large pharmaceutical companies and the profit that the commercialization of medicines implies.
We need to fight with all of our strength against what the people call the virus of private interest.
More than half of the COVID-19 vaccine doses to be produced have already been purchased by the US, UK, European Union, Hong Kong, Macau, Japan, Switzerland and Israel. The UN Assembly is marking 7.5 decades since it was founded with a focus on the pandemic and calling for an inclusive but also humane multilateralism.